Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is the Journeyman, and we're here with Australia this time. For the first time in the save, you get international duty management, and the reason is today we start World Cup qualifying proper, and we look to go and try and make the World Cup as the Australia boss. In terms of when we last did a World Cup episode, or an Australian episode, apologies, was episode 20 where we actually got the job. Since then, we've just been left to our own devices. And the main reason for that is as you can see in, if we can go through stages and go to the second stage in all groups, we topped the group with 8 wins, 8 games won out of 8, and 44 goals for, and 37 goal difference. Yeah, very easy. Now, how it works here is if you look at the stages here, the final stage is what we're in at the minute, right? We're obviously in Group B, and we have quite a hard group if you have a look at both groups, and the way it works is the top 4 teams go to the World Cup, and 5th go into a playoff, and yeah, we got the heart of the sea. If you look at Group A, South Korea, Syria, Uzbekistan, Thailand, Japan, and Iraq, and you're probably looking at that going, South Korea and Japan definitely getting through, with Iraq probably being alright, then it's out the rest, and I'm just like, if we're in that top half of the group, me and Japan are fighting for top. Then look at our side. Iran, particularly good side. Saudi Arabia, very good side at home. China have a lot of decent regens. Qatar generally do well, and then the UAE are probably the whooping boys. We probably should finish in the 4 and make it through, but there's definitely a world where, if you look at real life, we're in a very similar group, and we need to win 2 games against Qatar in order to probably make the World Cup, and if not, we might even miss out on playoffs. So just going to do this episode, win both of these, and then we find out that we're winning every game because, it's a bit different than in real life. We actually play a system that allows us to play a bit more of a Australian way, a bit more pace about us, a bit more physical as we still play the diamond here. We'll wait and we'll see how we go. Now, we are going to go play Iran here first up, and then go play the obviously Saudi game as well. You'll see both games in this episode because if we win both of them, we should probably beat Qatar and the UAE, who will be the next time we go meet the international break. And then if we won 4 straight, then it may be a case that I only show you that we've actually made it through to the World Cup. But yeah, look, that is generally my team. Jedinak usually would make the side, but Jedinak's had a bit of injury worry, so I decided to drop him. But apart from that, that's usually the team. Joel Decker does play quite a little bit though for us as well, but at the minute that is your side to take on Iran, which is Matty Ryan, Karachik, Trent Sainsbury, Suter, Brad Smith, used to be at Liverpool, Devlin, Moy, and Hurstich, with Roddick in behind Juric, and that's not Tommy Juric, it's Denny Juric, the younger of the 2 Juriches, because he's quite good as a pressing forward. And then Jamie McLaren does a job, the 31-year-old. And then off the bench, there's your bench. There's a big bench there, but most notably Joel Deck is there. I've been trying Ava Mabil up front, but I think Martin Dua is a bit better as a pressing forward and a bit quicker as well. De Silva, McGree, Luongo, Zach Duncan's come in for Jackson Irvine, who's suspended. Grezbach and Brad Smith swap in and out as being probably first choice left backs. And then the one place that Australia lack, it seems like, in the squad is definitely at centre-back. But, Harry's the big leading light. Now, there's 2 ways to think about this. If we look at real life and how realism would go, Australia would struggle in both these games. Because for whatever reason, we try to play in underground Arnold with this really patient, slow, keep the ball sort of system, and it's just not good enough to do it. Or we go with the realism, we would go with what should happen on FM, which is us actually going and, we play a very fast, free-flowing attack space sort of football, and Australian players are generally pretty quick, plus being physical. And if you bring a bit of physicality to Australian football, I honestly think we'll play very well. It's something that I've said in real life. We need our own identity as an Australian national side. Stop trying to build a philosophy around a 4-3-3 that was built for the Dutch system, then we try to model on the Spanish system and all this sort of stuff. No, work what you're given with. Our tools are we're naturally pretty quick, we're naturally pretty strong. So go and play a footballing system that allows you to do that. Sit off a little bit, hit teams on the break with pace and physicality. And that's kind of what this diamond does. I will admit it's a bit more aggressive and pressy because it's FM, but it is what it is. Anyway, our team's pretty good. I expect Iran to be very, very, very good at home, and that's the thing. There's names that there if you've seen Australian qualifying in real life, and there's some really good names in an FM term, most notably their captain up top in Taremi at Porto, who've got in the group at Genk. So, yeah, is what is. Anyhow, as far as I'm concerned, away we go. I would take a draw. Now, the main reason I would take a draw is because then I would back to beat Iran at home. And that's us, getting a very good result. Now, I am going to go to key highlights for this double header. I've been playing on extended. If you read the FM22 forums, apparently playing on key allows for more FMings. Where you're playing on extended, if you're the better side, allows for more statistical data to be weighed into highlights so you score more. We've seen a difference in Genk, but I've also seen this year that us miss a lot of chances. But we are going to go to key here just because we are playing a double header. Anyway, Aaron Moy with a ball, pretty poor. And I expect Iran to be A, really good on the break, and B, be pretty decent on the ball when they do get possession. So, yeah, and Mehdi on a ball can play back there to Nura Fakin. Fakin? Oh, geez, we're not trying to swear, but his name is Nura Fakin. It's all right. We'll go with it. Anyway, Jamie McLaren dropping in. Herstich. The thing is this game stays 0-0 to the 7th minute. I've got pacey players off the bench that can do a job. Noticeably, Doyle and Decker as well. Karacic, going with the ball, drives with it, goes with it, does well. Can he whip one? Numbers queuing. Aaron Moy still can do a job. Jamie McLaren, 1-0. We lead in Iran. See what I mean? Bit of pace, a little bit of physicality, get numbers in the box. Load it up. Something Australia don't do. When Australia in real life get a ball, you look in the box, there's one guy in there usually. In the end, 1-2. Got 4 guys in there. Jamie McLaren thumps home. Thank you very much. It's 1-0. Saudi Arabia beating the UAE, who we play next, in Australia. And away we go. 92 minutes played. Not having enough of the ball, but that doesn't bother me. That's apparently going to be a red card. We're down to 10 men. Karacic has won the ball there. FM have had a stinker. We now need to make a change. Aaron Moy's going to be the one that makes raid. Tommy Rogers is actually going to come into the deep line playmaker and support, and Hurst is actually going to play an advanced playmaker and support. Get 2 guys that can maybe just do a job for a bit and go to a bit more of a defensive system. Ryan Strain will go into there. I'm not going to change too much about how we set up, because we've been pretty good without the ball. Now it's just going to be a bit more, all right, soak up pressure, win the ball, go on the break, find a second. I think that's what we're going to do. Big moments here, because we were the better side, even though they had more of the ball. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's won the ball here. Now we'll wait for the highlight. Strain, Juric, here we go. This is where we need probably the pace of Decker to come on for Jamie McLaren, but we'll leave it as it is. Saying that though, Jamie McLaren will get on that running the channel, which is great. Now he needs to wait for numbers. Hershit sitting in. Allows us to keep the ball here side to side as well in the highlight. And still allows the wing-backs to bomb on. Hersic now cuts one. Denny! Oh, it would have been nice if Denny Juric scored that. In the end, big moment there. 42 minutes played. I want to have a look at the highlight here. I don't think this is red. He's won the ball. Look where the ball goes. Yeah. Poor refereeing, but it is what it is. All right. Denny, you're not going to get on that one. If we can get into half-time, it would be nice. GD. Nura Fakin. They move it around very well there, Iran. Ramin. Saeed. Great ball. We need Matt Ryan to save me. He hasn't. Just like that, 10 men Australia concede right on half-time. I'm out of coffee, so a nervous sip of water will do. Right on half-time, 1-0. Going from dominating and 1-0 up early doors to 10 men and hello. Far from pleased, what I will say. I don't know what else we can really do. This is where we need to look for a midfielder dropping in here. We've got enough playmaking ability there to just do it and then look to exploit space. This is where we need a wing-back to really get high. That's the spot, Brad Smith. Does well. Hersic, Rogic, Juric. Good run. Strain. Needs options. Now you need a whip. Tommy Rogic. Devlin, Hersic, Juric, McLaren. Oh, so close. Oh, gotta score, Jamie. Gotta score, Jamie McLaren. It's a good boy over the top. Matt Ryan, great save. When you're down to 10 men, you can't miss chances like that. You need to take every chance you get with 10 men. We should be 2-1 up. Should be. McLaren should never miss. More importantly, Denny Juric had a header at the back stick in the first half that he could have done better with as well. McLaren are booking. Juric is, Devlin apparently is a card away from being suspended. That's fine. Hersic and Rogic are dead. I get that, but I feel like if we're going to win the game, we need to go up here. But I feel like we're going to try and draw the game. It's, I reckon it's Zach Duncan for his debut as a box-to-box. And I reckon we release Riley McGree to be a centre mid on attack. And just say to him, if you get the opportunity to get forward and roll Juric and McLaren for 90, and maybe make a double change up top next game around in 3 days, because you don't get much rest as the Australia, in national sides. Time ticks away. Still ticking. Is there going to be one last chance for either side? Look, considering we're down to 10 men for a large period of that game, it would have been nice to nab a winner. I'm taking a 1-1 there. The fact that that was 1-1 and we're down to 10 men, we'll back ourselves to beat Iran in Australia. First game of World Cup qualifying. First game of World Cup qualifying. We get a point. It's not the worst point. 10 men. But realistically, should have been a bit better. Definitely Jamie McLaren should finish. Alright guys, we'll see you guys in a second for game number 2. We've got Saudi Arabia in 3 days' time. A draw and a win. Really good spot. 2 draws. Draw and a loss. We're on the back foot from minute 1 in World Cup qualifying. Welcome back, day number 2, game number 2. Saudi Arabia at home at the Stadium of Australia, which I guess is a good definition. What we are going to do is get Ryan Strain in. That's the first one we'll pick. Anyone that's a bit legless won't play. So Cameron Delvin, not 100%. Maybe. Jamie McLaren, not 100%, so I'm actually going to get Joel Decker in. That's fine. Delvin will play. Apart from that, the rest of the team is pretty fit and will stay as it is. Might actually give Lockie Jackson 6'5" a go. And the main reason is that, as I'm thinking set piece, big header. And that's really it. Apart from that, Ryan, Strain, Jackson, Harry, Smith, Devlin, Hersic, Moy, and Rogic, Denny Juric, and Joel Decker gets a start. Obviously, James McLaren can then play off the bench, which is perfectly fine if needs be as well. But Cameron is dead. Because Zach Duncan is a ball-winning midfielder on defend. Doesn't do much. I think if I was to put a ball-winning midfielder, it probably would be Luongo. But we'll leave it. That's fine. Away we go. Big win this is needed. Yeah, he is, Berger. He definitely is, Denny. Denny is a bit overpowered at times. Hopefully we go out here and beat Saudi Arabia, who did win the last game played. At home. In front of the Australian faithful. Big old game here. Huge in the context of this year. And of our World Cup campaign is this game. And Saudi Arabia have dominated the ball early, but does not matter. Aaron Moy and Jackson, who we brought in at 6'5" for this exact reason to win a header at the front stick, puts it over the bar. 5 at the back too for the Sauds, which does match up well against my 4-1-2-1-2. Just feel like it eliminates my press. But anyway, Aaron Moy, ball in, headed into the post, and in the end cleared away. No early goal. Headed into the post. I think that was from Harry. But yeah, anyway, Harry heads that one. Aaron Moy now can turn. Does. Rogic touches. Denny Juric. Overlapping run there. Ryan Strain. Picks that one up now. Can cut. Does cut. Aaron Moy. Ball in. Denny. heads over. 21 minutes played, been the better side, but, red card away, essentially, from this one, so you never know. Or a mistake or something like that, you just don't know. Anyway, Bradley Smith going on a run. Joel Decker made a run, ignored, and then in the end cleared. To be fair, Joel Decker's run was like he turned into his man, trying to set off. Anyway, Ryan Strain, Matty Ryan, still at his age, still does the business for me here for Australia. Hurstich. I love how high the fullbacks are right now, especially Brad Smith. Joel Decker, good turn, got pace to burn. And in the end, just poor decision making in the final third from us. I've got one little pass we need to make or a run that needs to be made and nothing's happening there. Anyway, Harry now can play inside and does. Devlin, Rogic, good ball to Bradley Smith. Numbers need to be queuing. Good ball in here. Decent. Denny heads over. Wow. Just going to put it out here, boys, that at the minute it smells like an FMing because we have not been clinical. Should be 2 goals up, at least here. Free kick now, Aaron Moy. Whips one in there, back stick. Danny Urich was pushed. Got to be a pen. Hurstich, who did score the winner in the Europa League, steps up to hopefully slot here to make it 1-0 for Australia in front of the home fans. It sends the keeper the wrong way. Huge. It's a penalty. We don't care how they come. We do go 1-0 up like we did against Saudi Arabia. Now we just need to go on with it. Now we need to go on with it. Great penalty. Keeper went real early. Straight away, though, highlight. Could be for Saudi Arabia. The Ali's link up and another Al gets on that one and we should be 1-0. I hate how that happens a lot on FM. You score and then out of nowhere, bang, highlight for them. Annoying. Anyway. Majad finds Al Sarani inside the Cano. Al Brukani. And all of a sudden, Saudi Arabia have rocked up. Makes no sense. We've dominated and done well. And then Harry Souta's made a mistake. That's the goal. Going to put it out there right now. We're just not clinical enough to get through this qualifying campaign. We score, we go 1-0 up, we look dominant. And then out of nowhere, last 5 minutes, bang, their first on target goes in. Free kick too far out, unfortunately, here for Hurstich. Would be nice, but it's too far out. Or not. Wow, what a free kick. 42nd minute. And Hurstich gets a second. What a free kick this is. Bending away from the keeper into the top bin. That is as good as a free kick as you guys will ever see on FM. Ever. Period. Wowzers. What a moment. 2-1. Hurstich with an unbelievable free kick. And that's a penalty and a free kick that sees us lead. For all the domination and all the ability we've had out there, like 16 shots, 7 on target, and the XG of 2, this is where we sit. Harry's now injured. Trent Sainsbury will come in. There's your first change. Ryan Strain should pick this one up. Need a goal from open play. Aaron Moy. Ryan Strain. Moy. Great ball. Strain. Needs numbers. Joel Decker in there. Joel Decker. Urich. Hits the bar. Danny Urich is having a stink. He's cutting off. Danny Urich is off. Martin Boyle, get out there. Damon, can you check Facebook when you can, please? Thank you. Yeah, I can do. Anyway, Bradley Smith. Going. Ball in. Boyle! See what happens? Bring him on and there we are. Free one up, unreal. Let me just respond to Sam, who just sent me a message on Twitch. If you do want to come and interact with me live on Twitch, links down below. Come follow me live on Twitch. You know, you get to speak to me or request for me to message you on Facebook. All right, Hurstich looks dead. We are going to make a change here for Mr. Hurstich as well. And you guys will get to see a bit of Riley McGree action. And there we are. 3-1 up. Been pretty good. Look, we should have scored a lot more goals in today's episode, but that's fine. A few boys looking dead here late doors, but 3-1 up. Iran is losing to Qatar. Wow, that's huge. In the end, pretty comfortable. 6 minutes at a time. We don't mind. Pretty comfortable we win. Unbelievable. Very well done, boys. And that is going to be the end of your episode. So, in terms of filming this episode for episode 36, we actually filmed it in between mine episode I've started for 35, which is the group stage, and then our first group game against Liverpool. Next time we'll see each other for episode 37, it will be for some Champions League action, but I don't know when that Champions League action or who it's going to be. More than likely, if we go to the schedule of the matches, next episode is probably going to be a Porto double-header, so we know where we sit in the group, and just know that we're going to probably get beat by Bayern, but pretty happy with that, and hopefully we'll be okay. But from Damon and everybody else here, you got to see some international games. We drew to Iran with 10 men. We beat Saudi Arabia comfortably, but we did need some Hersic specialities. But on the base of both games, we played well enough to see that we should be beating the teams around us. If we have a look at the group, if it shows me on here, Qatar, the only team to win 2 games from 2, but they have played Iran and China. So to be fair, Qatar are flying. And hopefully, next time we see each other in an international sense, we are marching towards the World Cup proper. And that'll be great for our reputation as well.